I'm Alyssa Tait from Equilibria Education, and today's gut question is the harm by antibiotics to the gut overstated? So we hear all the time that antibiotics are bad for the gut microbiome, but are antibiotics unfairly demonized? This is a question that has fascinated me, so I have dug into the research on the variable effects of different antibiotics on the gut microbiome, and I have lots to share with you on this in my courses. But the summary is that antibiotics harm the gut microbiome in a few different ways. They decrease the diversity or the variety of species of bacteria in the gut. The gut microbiome has what's called a built-in redundancy, so that if certain populations of bacteria decline, then others can take over. But this can only go so far. So secondly, antibiotics often reduce populations of bacteria that produce butyrate, the anti-inflammatory bomb that's critical for a healthy gut and an intact barrier between the gut and the rest of the body. Thirdly, by killing off good bacteria, antibiotics can also allow the overgrowth of other bacteria that can have harmful effects. These are bacteria that are normally present and fairly harmless in low numbers, but which can cause problems when they increase. When your patient takes antibiotics, then there are 4 different possible outcomes. The most desirable one is complete recovery of the gut microbiome back to its pre-antibiotic state. That is, full recovery of all of the desirable communities. If you can't get full recovery, you want what's called resilience. Resilience is where, over time, the gut microbiome is reshaped back towards, but not identical to, its original state. Redundancy is the next most acceptable outcome. This is where the structure of the gut microbiome is altered, certain populations are diminished and others take over, but that the function recovers to largely the same point. Specifically, important metabolites produced by the new gut microbiome have similar effects to previously. The 4th outcome, which we really want to avoid, is dysbiosis. This is when the changed gut microbiome members the community members have failed to fully compensate for the original functions. And this is where gut dysfunction, immune dysfunction, and metabolic dysfunction can arise. So overall, the answer to this question is yes, sometimes the negative effect of antibiotics is overstated, but the effects of antibiotics is highly variable depending on the type of antibiotic and the nature of the course given, the duration, whether it's narrow spectrum or broad spectrum, whether given orally or intravenously, and the impact on health can be very serious. For more specific information, see the Gut Critters online course for health professionals. See you next time.